venue is. I don't care if it's Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, or Teletype. If there's somebody there, I'm going to be where they are. Guys, Bay, Nerd Chuck is in the building. What's up, man?
Life is good, man. Thanks for having me. You know how pumped I am I'm doing the show.
My man Taz Daddy!
Yes, sir. Can make millions for other people. I can make millions for
Year in, year out, he not a rookie. He a man of many hats and different skills. Give him any struggle in business and watch he make it build. Hard to believe, and please check the resume. Best-selling author and showcase on Ebony. 2-time Southern Entertainment Award winner.
Book of Revelations, chapter 13. No, I'm just kidding. What's going on, people? It is yours truly. It's yours truly, Dave Anderson, the Mohawk and Real Talk and Living Fully Business Bully out here doing what I do. Snapping necks, cashing checks. Woo! I've been asked to do this video because people in these streaks have gotten the game really messed up. All right. What? Dev.
Sonic FC.
This is the problem sometimes with kids. They just want to be loud. Hold on one second. Let me go ahead and let her know. Hey, Dev. Shh. Daddy's talking to the people. You being too loud. Anyway, so let's get into this. As always, feel free to share this video if you haven't already. Leave your comments. Definitely want to see who's checking into this bad boy tonight. Tricia Smith says, yeah, he absolutely does. Yeah, Kirk Franklin's son needs his ass beat. And want to talk about why in just a second. Says, I'm still not understanding why he feels he needs to apologize. So let's break this down. All right. A few things I'm going to need y'all to really like sink your teeth into, especially black people. Other people who are watching, cool, but I want to talk to black people for a minute, especially you so-called black Christians. Oh, you black Christians. Every time I turn around, y'all find something to bitch about. Y'all find a problem in paradise. You will take a... Listen, you will ruin a blowjob on prom night. Y'all are the worst. Like, here's what I don't get, right? So you got a man who is going out here, made something of himself, right? Did everything that he needed to do to provide. And now, because somebody wants to exhibit a certain level of bitch assness, y'all want to be up in arms. Y'all want to be upset. And it's crazy to me. Jordan says, the shit was real childish. They must have had a strained relationships. They must have had a strained relationship, but I don't know the facts though. Well, here's what I do know. I know that man was 33 years old, right? And as the parent of an adult child, I will tell you, if my adult child ever tried me like that, yeah, you're getting cussed the fuck out. You want to know why? And I want to break something down to you. So if you have a millennial, or if you are a millennial, let Uncle Dave school your little narrow ass real quick. First and foremost, just because I busted a nut in 99 and gave you life doesn't mean you're automatically guaranteed my shit. That's one. Two, to quote Denzel Washington's character from the movie adaptation of August Wilson's Fences, I love you. I ain't got to like you. Right? Now, I'll also say that the thing that really pisses me off, or as Peter Griffin would say, grinds my gears, is why is it that it has to be all or nothing? See, some of y'all want go-getters to be sitting at home, scratching their balls or kissing your ass or whatever the case may be. But some of us are just special. Some of us are supposed to climb every mountain and ford every stream. Like, we're not supposed to be sitting back, doing needlepoint and going to the fucking, Bopsy club with your dingy ass. Like, that's not how any of this works. Kirk Franklin was out there, stomping and smiling and shaking and, asking the people if they wanted a revolution. I also need to make sure that you're aware that Kirk Franklin's child is 33 years old. That means if you man enough to step up, you man enough to jump up. Well, punks jump up to get beat down. And you don't tell me how to deal with what I made. I'm gonna tell you that straight up and down. You ain't put it on this. You don't know. And then, there's always somebody whining. But if Kirk Franklin was some Lamondre ass nigga who just sat up there and played PlayStation all day, you'd be calling him a deadbeat. So this whole daddy wasn't there. Well, daddy was extraordinary. Daddy was doing that. And from the looks of it and the way this little Negro was talking, he obviously hasn't done anything. And until today, most of y'all didn't even know the little Negro's name was Carry On. And he's 33, but he's a little man bitch. I'm going to just tell you the truth. He's a little man bitch. So, if y'all like man bitch, if you like a man bitch meal, that's your business. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Let's get some of these comments going. As a kid, it's a blank. Stephanie laughed at LOL, you black Christians. I'm going to say, you black Christians, y'all out of pocket. And somebody's got to tell y'all, yeah, it's bitch ass and at its finest. What up, Niche? You know what I'm saying? And then for you, look, okay, and just point of order here. For some of you raggedy Negroes, Kirk Franklin is not a pastor. This dude at best is a minister of music. And even with that, let me explain something to you. Jesus was accused by the church, of being a rabble rouser, of being, anti-Semitic, of being a charlatan, a snake oil salesman, all that type of stuff, hanging out with prostitutes and thugs and killers. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let me break some things down to you. I know a pastor of a very, very large church, and that pastor of that very, very large church was dating a co-ed at the local university, and I'm not going to say which university it was, but I will say it was an HBCU. He was dating a co-ed at the local university while his wife was dying of cancer. And I know because I saw him hanging out with the broad at PF Chang's, and the girl he was dating was a friend of mine at the time. You dig? So Christians do a lot of weird stuff. Jesus even went on record talking to the Pharisees like, yo, y'all killed John the Baptist, but, y'all know good and hell well I'm a wine bibber. So, all this judgment, y'all need to stand down because y'all ain't got Kirk Franklin level problems. Y'all don't even know what that is. For a little man, Kirk Franklin got some big-ass problems. And at the end of the day, that's his kid. And even with that, let's take biology out of the equation. Let's take father-son out of the equation. Just a grown-ass man acting like a goddamn ape, and he got put down. I said, got G-O-T. Goddamn ape. And he told him straight up and down. He said, he choke you. And he called him poor. You want to know why he's poor? The same reason Bill Cosby on the Cosby Show told the kids, no. Your mother and I are rich. Y'all are not a doctor and a lawyer. This is our money. You got to go get yours. And that's what I get. I never looked at what my mom did as some type of entitlement for me. That was never the thing. Y'all. So to me, that is the corniest shit in the world. Ryder said that shit was funny. His daddy did different. Didn't put them paws on him when he was younger. Yeah, because here's my whole thing. What did Kirk Franklin say in that song? I promise the stomp, the whole stomp, nothing but the stomp. I'd have stomped that little Negro until he was a fine grape juice and let him sit in a bottle for 20 years till he turned into a wine that I might or might not want to drink, but I think the grapes were sour going in. On top of that, I'd have stood over his little, clinging to life body and say, it ain't over, and I'd have stomped him a few more times. Y'all, out y'all daggone mind. I'm not putting up with that mess. Niche says, Kirk Franklin was rather nice if you ask me. He's much nicer than most Christians I know. Because most Christians I know, the best cussing out I ever got was from Christians. The hell are you talking about? And that's the thing. I could see it if he had a girl. I got girls. I can't just put the pause on them. You know what I'm saying? Because then that sets a precedent. But when it comes to a man and you talking to me real greasy, and people who know me, I don't give a fuck who you are. You talk to me greasy, you know what I mean? You're going to have to catch these one way or the other. He said, my family's Jamaican. Kirk kept it clean for real. Okay, and that means, Cindy, can you give me some context? Because I'm going through these questions. Dane says, Jesus was out here flipping tables and thugging while he was cleansing the temple. I'm just saying, you turn my father's house to a den of thieves. You better know it. What Pastor did was adultery. That's different from Kirk Franklin checking his son. I know. My point is everybody has sinned. I know the difference between sins, but guess what? Ain't no sin different in the eyes of the Lord. But thanks for that theological breakdown for me that no one asked for. The thing that I need you to grasp is that when we start, putting people on pedestals just to knock them down, it's corny. And then my whole thing is, what are you doing? How much have you generated? And then people say, well, and he had that kid when he was young, and he probably never wanted that kid. And okay, well, the kid's here. If he ain't never wanted that kid, there's a whole bunch of doctors with vacuums that could have took care of that. Like, I'm not trying to hear that. And the boy 33, like, at some point, man, like, I will say that when it comes to both of my parents, there are plenty of things I can point out that I feel personally are a little fucked up. I can. I also understand being a parent now, with one adult child and one young child. Parents are figuring this shit out as they go along. And then what makes it so, like the real gag is, you can come from the same sack and get baked in the same ovaries, and yet still come out completely different. So what worked for baby number 1 ain't gonna work for baby number 2, ain't gonna work for baby number 3 or baby number 6. Yo, my grandparents, I remember once I came home, this is like maybe a year before my grandmother died, and I was looking because she had all of her children's high school graduation pictures up above the fireplace, and I was like, wow, how did y'all handle all of them kids? And like, y'all had a lot of kids. And my grandmother looked at me, as she said, well, Dave, we had a lot of sex. But I mean, she was keeping it funky. Like, sometimes you can't handle everybody the same way. And then no matter how good you are, no matter how much you provide, no matter how much you do, some kids just got hell in them. So sorry. Some kids just got hell in them, and a lot of y'all have, and the people are like, well, the old ways don't work no more, but this millennial raising of children really ain't getting it done. This is the first generation in history that's going to do worse than its parents. That's because y'all sanctioned 17th place trophies and told them it's okay to be average. And, this was the era of timeout. Oh, Billy, timeout. That shit don't work for black kids. Timeout. Timeout, only timeout. No, you don't need nothing over here. Go. Nah. Swear to God. You don't need nothing over here. Only thing that you get timeout was when my mom took time out to catch a breath. The hell you mean timeout? Like, stop. Milton said, big facts. What up, Milton? I was just thinking about you the other day, homie. Hope all is well. Tasha Jenkins says, TT King, especially having adult children, they will take you there sometimes. Listen, I get it. But at the end of the day, like, you don't get that. You don't get to just bop around and act a fool. If you don't sit down, I don't play that bop around and act a fool shit. Look, my Uncle Sherman used to have a cane. And if you pop fly with Uncle Sherman, he wouldn't take the long end of the cane. He'd take the heavy metal part and bop you upside your head. And we was all better for it. I'm literally genius with a Mensa pen. He probably knocked something loose in my brain and make this genius come out. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, some of y'all are drugstore cotton soft when it comes to y'all kids. And y'all so appalled. Man, please. I know so many of y'all done went up in the damn choir in the choir room and they got your backs knocked out. I know plenty of y'all talking about, oh, I love the Lord. Oh, I'm walking in authority. But on Saturday, I got them cheeks. Come on, man. Y'all can play that game with me if you want to. But y'all some of the worst 6-day sitting ass, hypocritical ass people I've never met in my life. Ain't nothing good enough for y'all and whatnot. Y'all are so stupid. Y'all don't even understand your spirituality. You know nothing about the history of what it is that you love so much every single Sunday. I'll prove it to you. Most of you don't even realize why y'all so big on dressing up on Sunday. You Negroes are so big on dressing up on Sunday because when Master gave you that edited Bible that didn't have anything about killing your masters in it or rising up or tackling tyranny and oppression, when he gave you that redacted ass bullshit Bible that y'all love so much, aka what I like to call the Bible, the Bible, when he gave y'all the Bible, he also gave you the scraps of the clothes he no longer wore. And because you love the Lord so much, oh Lord Jeebus, you love Jeebus so much, you would put on the best rags Master gave you, aka your Sunday best. But then in that same breath, y'all talk about come as you are. Get the fuck out of here. You stupid hypocrites. I said what I said. And as a theologian with 2 degrees and 2 different trips to seminary, I'm going to say it again. Y'all a bunch of fucking hypocrites. Y'all don't even understand at all. Timeout never worked. Man, everything good on my end, big homie. Good to see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I caught pause till I was 13. At that point, it was just like, yeah, well, I mean, we just got to take a 2x4 to him. So like, let's not even bother. My grandfather used to have a name for ass whipping. It was called Branch T. That means you got yourself a switch, and he made some Branch T out of your ass. That's how that works. Nisha here, my 4-year-old girl takes me there every day. I be blacking out. Yo, like for real. Stephanie said, hell no. Look, Keisha LaShaw said, well, they ain't ready. Listen, you don't have to get ready. They're going to stay ready. I don't give up. What up, Dave? That was brutal. But it's a fact. It's an absolute fact. Y'all love, some of y'all got white Jesus hanging up in your house. Don't even realize that was Cesare Borgia because y'all don't study nothing. You just, pastor gave a good sermon. I've literally watched episodes of Family Feud with black people on because I always root for black people, right? And these same Christians that are roasting Kirk Franklin would get up on Family Feud and say, hi, Steve. We from the ABC, AME, BET, WNBC Baptist Church where Reverend Deacon Dr. Do Funny is the pastor. Nobody give a fuck about Reverend Dr. Deacon Do Funny. Not one single solitary fuck do they give. Because last I checked, you ain't supposed to put no man above the Lord. But yet and still, y'all want Kirk Franklin to be perfect. Half y'all don't even know where half y'all damn kids is half the goddamn time. Right? So Kirk Franklin's son needs his ass beat. Straight up and down. And so, like, you know, I had uncles who, if you pop fly, they'd be like, let's go to the basement. And going to the basement didn't mean that she was getting a belt, didn't mean that she was getting a switch. It means that you was getting them gloves on. Because if you're man enough to talk shit, you're man enough to get hit. That's how that goes. But we don't want to have that conversation. Stephanie said they're not ready to discuss the roots of Christianity like Constantine. Oh, you mean how like the whole thing was just picked apart and put together and used as a weapon? So they take some stuff from more science, and they take some stuff from Christianity, and take a whole lot of paganism. And by the way, paganism is just anything that isn't quote unquote Christian. Oh, and by the way, 236 years after the ascension, people started using the term Christian as a derogatory term, sort of like how the K word is for Jewish people. But y'all keep embracing that. By the way, Jesus wasn't a Christian, he was a Jew, and he practiced something called the way, as in, i.e., I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father but through me. But see, again, y'all love this so much so that Gandhi said, I like your Christ. I do not like your Christians, for they are not like your Christ. But again, like y'all can Google this for yourself if you ain't got nothing better to do. You know, you can also pick up my 20th, 18th, I don't know. I think it's like my 18, 19th best-selling book, Sell It Like Jesus. Y'all can catch that too. But I'm trying to understand. At 33, Jesus walked on water, turned water into wine. Took demons out of pigs, raised Lazarus from the dead. You know, healed a woman with an issue of blood. Healed a crippled man, told him to take his bed and walk. You know, like he took a couple of loaves of bread and a couple of fish and fed 5,000 after spitting bars on the mound. Like, and this 33-year-old has done what? Tape his daddy like a bitch? And y'all coming to his defense? Where they do that at? Church. Grown ass at 33. Like, super grown. Jesus was never a Christian. And I'll be trying to tell y'all, but y'all don't want to hear this because y'all think that God is going to come in a different way. What up, Mo? Good to see you. Giovanni says people getting prepared for Easter don't even know it's about a Nordic goddess that brought spring. Yeah, where y'all think? Because last I checked, it wasn't no chicks and bunnies on Calvary because those are symbols of fertility. And we talk about Easter, you have to talk about Easter, which is what he's referring to. But that's a conversation for a whole nother day, and y'all ain't really ready for that. And so, like, you judging Kirk Franklin when your bitch ass has, and if we're gonna be honest, some of y'all have a lot of y'all didn't plan these out. Y'all are not like the pregnancy commercials they show, the pregnancy test commercials they show on TV, where you're sitting in the bathroom with your husband and just so happy that the thing says positive. If you don't get your feet off of that damn thing, as much as I paid for it, silly. Y'all had a bunch of oops babies. Oh, the condom bust, or he didn't put a condom on, or it felt good, but it was only a minute. So some of y'all was unprepared for what it was y'all was doing. Some of y'all sit up here every time I turn around. Y'all on Instagram coveting neighbors' wives. Oops. Y'all sitting up there looking at the girl in the quiet third from the left because she got a fat ass. Like, I could do this all day. Some of y'all have children, and you talking about, well, I'm not going to watch them because mama got to have a life too. Some of y'all pass up good men who you say you want, good God-fearing men, and then you lay down with Lamondre and wonder why you his fifth baby mama. But, continue to tell me, about Kirk Franklin's son and how he should have handled it. That's right. Trending right now. # oops babies. Bunch of oops. But see, we don't want to have that conversation. All these churches in the black community, looks like shit. $33 million every single weekend in tithes and offerings in the black community alone from the black church. And yet still our communities look like shit. And the best the black church can offer right now are job fairs, coronavirus poison ass fucking injections, fucking bike giveaways, health screenings, and resume workshops. You got to have a resume workshop because nothing sets people free in the body of Christ like working for somebody else. There's nothing in the Bible that says you need a job. It says you should work. It says that you are entitled to money for your labor, but it didn't say shit about getting a job. But y'all love a job so much. Oh, it's a good job. And the Lord has blessed me with an interview. Oh, Lord, thank you, Jesus. I was just so happy that you done gave me a job. All right, explain to me who Jesus' boss was. Peter and Andrew, who was their boss? Matthew? Judas? Thomas? No, wait, nothing? No? Nothing? Oh, okay, cool. So I'm trying to understand. But you let Lamondre bust up in you and whatnot, and then after Lamondre leaves you high and dry or gets locked up for another 2 years in county, then y'all want to go for a good dude to come clean up the mess that you were too immature to clean up your damn selves. Oops. Or my personal favorite, you will celebrate somebody getting a job and then shit on somebody who's starting a business. Oh, well, I just don't think it's the time. And then I don't understand how you literally have the only physical superhero in the history of the world. Dev, knock that off before you see. That's what happens. Get your ass on the couch instead of being a contortionist. Ow, sit your ass down. Stop trying to show. Hey, you want to say Alfred? I will bust your ass. Sit down. You have the only physical real superhero in recorded history, and y'all scared of every fucking thing. Oh, how many times have your bitch asses heard this? Oh, I need to pray on it. I need the Lord to give me a sign. I just need to get in my prayer closet. If you were to run stats on Jesus, he didn't do a whole lot of talking. He was busy doing shit. Did he commune with God? Absolutely. Quite a few times you see him communing with God, but for the most part, he was out being an example. And as he ascended, Jesus told his disciples, go out and make disciples of the world. But y'all got to think about everything. Y'all got to pray about everything. Y'all got to fast about everything. And nothing gets done. Again, I contend that you show me a community that has a black church in it, where the black church is not the best building on the block. There's two things you can count in a black community: a church and a liquor store, and both of them are sucking black people dry. Why is it that it's the same people, and the pastor might as well be turning his bitch ass around and preaching to the choir because he ain't reaching out to evangelize the lost? He ain't recruiting nobody to the body of Christ. Who wants to be with corny people? Y'all are corny. Y'all corny as shit. I said what I said. You're corny. There's nothing exciting about it. You want to know why? Because everybody else is getting their heaven now. Show me where Jesus was poor. I'm not talking about what the nuns and little pedophile preachers say. I'm talking about show me where Jesus was poor, because I sure enough didn't see it. So I'm really trying to understand. What couldn't say? Truth don't need a witness. I'm trying to understand how y'all got a heaven and a hell to put Kirk Franklin in. Just make it make sense. I'm open. I want you to explain this to me. Please tell the theologian exactly how you have a heaven or a hell to put Kirk Franklin in. And to be quite honest, like I met Kirk Franklin a couple times, not exactly my favorite person, but I'm a universal bullshit caller outer. The Lord. That's what I'm saying. Like, God don't want you. What testimony is it to God for you to sit up here and struggle? Jesus paid it all. And you know what's funny? Because Christians are supposed to follow the God of Abraham, right? So y'all are supposed to be descended from the same people who drove Moses crazy. Do you realize that they tracked it, that from ancient Egypt to the promised land, it's an 11-day walk? You know why it took Moses 40 years? Niggas. Oh, we're hungry and we can't get by on what we have. We need bread. Moses, Lord, give them bread. And the Lord says, I'll give them bread, but they can only take exactly what they need. Any more than they take of that, it's going to go bad. And of course, niggas didn't listen. So then once they got that down, then the next thing was, oh, we're sick of bread. Niggas, never enough. So we want meat now. Y'all so glad, y'all better be glad I ain't Moses. Because, oh, y'all niggas want meat? I'm going to fry your ass first. I'd have took that rod and fried your bitch ass. There's your meat eating. Because he went and made quail fall from the sky, and it wasn't enough. Oh, how are we going to get past the Red Sea? Oh, boom, parted that bitch. You walking through, and it's whales just, you know what I mean, swimming by you. You know what I'm saying? There's probably a couple mermaids up in that bitch. I don't know. And then, oh, we have to walk in this mud. Bitch, you was just walking in mud in Egypt and making bricks for Pharaoh. Like, you niggas ain't never happy. Moses had to commune for a minute, and y'all went down and made a damn calf. Y'all ain't got no patience. You got no patience, you got no vision, you got no respect, you got no understanding. So when Moses came down, you know, he realized that people was making, you know, calves and whatnot and fucking people's sisters and all kinds of crazy shit. So Moses drew a line in the sand, thus the term drawing a line in the sand, and said, whoever's for the Lord, be over here. Whoever's for all this pagan shit, y'all stay over there. And everybody took their side on which side of that line they wanted to stand. And Moses looked at his people and said, kill him. And that's why Moses saw the promised land and never actually stepped foot in it. That was Joshua who led the people into the promised land, because God's destiny is going to be fulfilled while y'all trying to pray and work it out and remix shit and let people take you off your square. But you know what the hell? They don't want to hear nothing about the kingdom of heaven being within, because then that amounts to accountability, Quentin. And we all know that these Negroes don't want accountability. They want to sit around and judge people. That's why they get their information from the shade room and they love it so damn much. But Kirk Franklin's son needs his ass beat. And then Kirk, you need your ass beat too. Not for cussing him out, not for telling him you beat the brakes off of him, not for anything you did, except you apologize for how you handled that little ragamuffin. I wish you would try to make me apologize. See, that's the difference. I don't need motherfuckers. You can't cancel me. I'm not dependent upon you. You don't want to fuck with me? Fuck you then. Tell me what to do with my family. That's my family. I'm real Bobby Brown on that shit. I made this money. You didn't. This is mine. What Bill Cosby said, I brought you into this world to take you out. There's no way you want to tell me shit. And I mean that. Like, no. But y'all are so afraid of cancel culture. I know it's going to be somebody like, oh, you know what, Dave Anderson was cussing. He was talking about God. Yep. Sure was. Just like your pastor, just like your mom and them, just like your grandmama. And man, all of this church and the number one minority in this country that does not have life insurance is black people. And if 83% of black people in America are so-called Christians, do you think we have a problem here with our inability to take care of our responsibilities? Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Y'all do have insurance now. It's called GoFundMe and fucking fish fries. Shame on you. Shame on you. The other thing is, you know, we built America, right? We built America. We invented shit like ice cream and broom and dustpan and the traffic light and the cell phone, the super soaker, the internet, all this shit we invented. But what have we invented in the past 30 to 50 years worth talking about? So we got all this education and none of the innovation. But y'all continue to talk about good job and how the Lord is blessing you and, you know, this, that, and third. And, you know, and this is just like at some point. And that's what I always dug about the way that Jesus did miracles, because it required a certain level of participation. You know, you blind, oh, I got to spit in your eye. Oh, man, you got to let a man spit in your eye. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, don't let that movie that old girl from Touched by an Angel made. Jesus didn't go in that tomb to get Lazarus. He told Lazarus, come on out. And Lazarus came out, coming from that smelly ass tomb. Like, at some point, you also have to realize, Phil, someone telling me to go. You were talking about what I don't believe in the Bible. It's not about whether you believe in the Bible. I'm talking about the people who believe in the Bible and how they don't make no actions. It's not about the book. Even the book tells you that, you know, the whole thing about Abraham and all that stuff is an allegory. It says so in the actual book. So it's about your spiritual relationship. It's not about the book. But if you want to leave because you think that this is Bible study as opposed to me, you know, reading individuals who live by that and don't really pay attention to what it's saying, then by all means, you know, tell your story walking. I'm still not bothered. At some point, you're going to have to realize that the reason that you're not winning has very little to do with God and has everything to do with your inability to make a move, make a decision, and take massive action. You got the same abilities that, okay, let's do it like this. If in fact you believe the Bible, and if in fact you believe that you are made in God's image, that means you're imbued with the same things that you can create life, you can take life. People do it all the time. They make babies and they kill people. It's not hard. You know, people turn things all the time. People turn water into wine right now. Like, there's so much other stuff that you can do. You know, relationship is greater than religion. You know, Quinn said, God works when you do. You know, all these going on shirts. Listen, I'm here for it. Let's make it happen. You know, I'm all about the bag. But I'm trying to understand that if we're made in God's image, why y'all don't act like y'all can't control your own lives? And how you got that much time to study a grown ass man you ain't never met? Like that to me is so corny. I don't get it, and I'll be confused by what's going on. And then like I also got a question. What in the name of magical bitch assness made you think it's okay to record your daddy? Made by a creator, therefore we must create. But see, black people ain't ready for that conversation. Black people not ready for the conversation of having to create themselves. You know, wise man once told me something that has changed the course of my life, and that's, every person on earth is self-made. Only the successful will admit it. And most of y'all ain't willing to admit that everything that you do is on you. Like, it's your life. If your parents is fucked up, if your parents, conceived you on the floor of a Skid Row crack house, it is still up to you to take the life that you were given and make something happen with it. That's it. And which brings me to another point. People want to argue with me about the whole minimum wage thing. Listen, I don't think anybody should make $7 an hour. And I think if you have to make $7 an hour, then you failed somewhere in life. I do. I'm not saying that bad things don't happen to good people. I'm not saying that people ain't got to start somewhere. But at some point, when there is an 8-year-old making $30 fucking million a year, reviewing other people's toys that he did not create, distribute, or manufacture, there's no excuse for you. Dev, there's no excuse for you. None whatsoever. So I'm trying to understand, like, do y'all not have the internet? Because every time I turn around, these same people talking about, oh, we need the minimum wage raise, got a better phone than mine. And I don't understand how. You're not working every day. You're not running 12 businesses on half as many continents. I don't understand. Like, and then, why y'all so fucking busy? How are you that busy? What are you busy doing? Being mediocre? Because you damn sure ain't making a difference in the world. No. If you are a DoorDash person, if you're one of the 3 Walmart cashiers, like, you can do better. The Waltons are making money off of your back. You want to know how they're doing it? They're paying off the government. But we don't have that conversation. We don't even want to talk about the fact that black people don't lobby for shit. We ain't gonna have that conversation because y'all not ready for that. Also, even if Kirk Franklin is 100% wrong, right? This little nigga, 33 years old. What is you doing taping your daddy? Like, I tell my family all the time, to this day, you ever run into any of my family members, they'll tell you, I'll be like, yo, whatever you do, I got one rule. Don't fuck with the money. This the money. Don't fuck with the money. Like, I need my head clear to make the money. If I'm out here making the money that's providing this lifestyle and all the food and beverages that you've been consuming this evening, I'm gonna need you to leave me the fuck alone. I'm gonna need you to let me get my money maker together. And I can't do that if you're stressing me about bullshit. I draw a line in the sand. A lot of y'all ain't willing to do that. I don't know how, but that's what it is. And like, I literally know a Christian who I won't name, who would create these training programs for nonprofits, right? And I remember a lady had come over and they started to talk about stuff. And she says, yeah, I think we should work on this and that and that and this and this and that. Dev, this and that and that and this and this and that and that and this, right? And she was like, yeah, okay, cool. Well, the lady that I know who was told that she should work with this other lady on this and that and that and this didn't make a move. The nonprofits that she worked for benefited greatly from these training programs that she put in place. And then what killed me is that the lady who sat on her couch and told her, yo, you should do this with me. You should do that with me. That woman is a multimillionaire several times over. A lot of times, y'all will talk the talk, but y'all don't walk the walk at all. It's a damn shame. I wish, I absolutely wish that y'all would put in the work necessary to get your situation together. And that's what bothers the hell out of me. Like, there comes a point where you should say, you know what? I'm not saying that everything I do is fucked up, but a lot of the things I do are fucked up, and I really need to fix myself. Like, oh, but we don't have accountability because we'll blame Jesus for everything. But like my man Toby in Wigway says, try Jesus, don't try me, because I throw hands. Like, nah, man. Like, we don't play them games. And I don't know, maybe because I come from a big family with cousins and whatnot, and we would have, holiday season fight club, which in any minute means that any one of us or any 5 of us was out there scrapping with each other. But you don't get involved, because if you get involved, you get your ass beat. Because it's a lot of us. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I think some of y'all done raise these cotton candy children, and you can't understand that after a while, spun sugar goes bad, sweet as it is. But hey, I digress. Side note, because we're about to roll out of here. If you haven't checked out bully101.com yet, I think you really need to check it out if you're trying to grow your business and do something that's going to help you get yourself to the next level. You can go to bully101.com because it's dope. That's why. And, I'm a big believer in making sure that you get that thing popping. So take your black ass over to bully101.com and, make those moves, because we out here doing all kinds of crazy shit, like online digital university, all access cards in all of my events, special masterminds, coaching. We're even throwing in a one-on-one coaching option, which I think is absolutely dope. So get in before we start rolling everything out, so you can get your spot and get early access to that online digital university. You can go to bully101.com for that. Let me see what else. Is there anything else I wanted to cover before I let you black folks go? I think that's about it. But let's not do this thing where y'all start acting like, all of a sudden y'all just holier than thou. Like, that's not how any of this works. Because, my whole thing is do what you're supposed to do, and you won't have these issues. All right? So check out bully101.com, and I will see y'all in a minute. All right? Peace.